Hi guys, welcome back to Exposed, and if I'm welcoming you back and you like it here, I'd love it if you stayed and subbed. Still the same, still hot, still got a fan going, sorry about the noise. This is better than high end, a Luxe look with drugstore makeup. I thought we'd go back old school and watch her put on makeup and have a giggle at how she can move her mouth from one side of her face to the other, and I can only do the bottom. She does the whole thing, her whole mouth moves over here. I don't know how she does it. She was obviously a contortionist in a previous lifetime. Shall we jump in?
Hey guys, it's Lisa, and today we're going to do a drugstore Walmart beauty better. Not as good as or that compares to, but better than high end.
Is this one sponsored? We shall see at the end, probably. See, the thing is, you're supposed to say it at the beginning and have ad in your title, but you never follow the rules, do you, Lisa?
This entire look was done with products that you can find at Walmart.
I love the whole look, bar the brown lip liner. I don't know why she keeps insisting on doing that. Doesn't do anything for her.
Most of these live in my luxury beauty high-end drawers of makeup downstairs. I took some pictures just to show you. I thought about it, I think day before yesterday. I opened my drawer and I just noticed how much I loved some of these products. For instance, my mascara, my butter bronzer, those things. And then this lip is new. I love it. It is so close to the YSL one that I've been loving. So thank you to Walmart for partnering with me on this video. If you like this look, then just keep on watching. So let's start off with primer. This is a new one I haven't tried. It got good reviews. It's the Hard Candy Sheer Envy Long Wear Primer. Wears for hours, extends and sets makeup.
For all those people that keep saying to me, you're jealous, you wish you looked like her, blah 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 blah. That is what she looks like without 2 tons of makeup on. This is what I look like without makeup on. No, I'm not jealous of her. I could come on with a load of slap on. I do intend to at some point, but as I've said, it's yet to happen. It won't be happening now with this heat, I can tell you. But it's like, why? Why does everybody automatically jump on the fucking jealousy bus? Why can you not just not like somebody without being jealous of them? I don't like her. She's a narc. End of story.
Tested out a little bit the other day just to make sure it did not roll up. And I am going to put that in all of the places that my makeup wears off the fastest, which would be around my nose, especially today. I'm gonna go to the pool, but every day I wear sunglasses. If I leave this house, I wear sunglasses. And you can see as soon as I touch my face, it gets red, but it will calm down. The foundation I'm gonna use today is one that I never thought I would like, and it ended up being beautiful. Beautiful. So I took it over to my mom to see if she liked it, and she has already used half of her bottle. So I just stopped at Walmart last night and got 2 more.
You've only just started using it and she's used half of the bottle already. I was looking for like a burner phone for Madam, you know, the ones that come pre-thingamade, and then I saw this one and it was like, it's a Nokia and it's supposed to be indestructible and it's cheap and cheerful, and I thought, great, an emergency phone in a bag, because she's got a PA now. PA anywho, and she's going out on, she plans days and they pick her up and off she goes and does her stuff. But I want her to have, because she's like, they'll phone it. It's like, yeah, but what if you have a meltdown in the middle of somewhere, run off, don't know where you are. I want you to have a phone so you can press a button, ring Dad, and he'll come and pick you up. Anyway, when it's plugged in charging, it's fine. As soon as I unplug it, nothing. And see, I don't know what I'm looking at. The little thing is red. I don't even know if you can see that. But it's got a tick in it. It's been plugged in forever. And I unplug it, press the button, nothing. So I think I'm going to have to send it back. So annoying. She went out yesterday. She had a great time. She wanted to go to a gallery, but it's closed for 2 weeks for something or another. So she went somewhere else, and she came back and wrote a big long email thanking the lady that took her and all the rest of it. And it's like, wow, she sounds so grown up in that email. I mean, I know she is, but she doesn't normally, like, I get short, sharp emails from her, or, you know, if I'm asleep and she's awake, sorry, and she wants to tell me something, she'll email me. But this was like so professional and nice, and it's like, wow. Anyway, I've gone off on a tangent. Let's get back to Lisa and her face full of slap.
We typically use the 2 to 3 light, but the next one up was a little too cool toned, so I got 4 to 5 medium, just in case this is too light. And I'm going to use my...
Like I said 9 million times, if I had to mix to put something on my face, I wouldn't bother.
Better than high-end sponge, this Eco Tools sponge. And what I do is just put some on my sponge like that. Ooh, this might be a good mix. Say the lightest one is on top and that one a little bit darker is on the bottom. So let's just see. Here, I brought a mirror so I can...
Oh, that'd help, yeah, if you're putting on makeup.
But I would have never believed it would have this much coverage and be able to last me. But you do have to wear a long-wearing foundation underneath it. But isn't that pretty? A really good drugstore concealer are these new Physician.
See, and she's got 2 of them. How expensive is this face of hers if she has to buy 2 of everything to get the colour she's looking for? Surely when you find something that works, you just stick with that. No, not if you're Lisa, you don't.
Formula. Don't be put off by this little spongy thing on the end. That is not the applicator. It just has that if you were to want it. I have the shades light to medium and medium to tan. So I think I have to mix these. And I leave the one underneath my eyes there the longest. That way it kind of has more coverage. And I usually just blend this kind of sloppily up and out. Like that, just to give that dimension.
I thought, doing that thinking thing again, I thought concealer was for concealing things. Now all I see is people drawing big triangles under their eyes and putting it all over their face. They may as well have used it as foundation. And they haven't got anything to conceal. So what? I don't use concealer. I don't see the point of it. If I've got a spot, if a spot erupts, then obviously, yeah, I'll use that to cover it. But other than that, can someone explain to me what is the point of the big triangle that Kim Kardashian started and everyone copied?
And then I would say this is a medium coverage concealer. Okay, now
I would never do my makeup on thing. Who? Really? The faces you pull, like when you're putting mascara on, and if you actually watch yourself putting on makeup, you pull the most ridiculous faces, and it's like, they're brave, really, aren't they, to go on there and do that, because I wouldn't.
And then I do go over my eyes. especially on days like today, or just on my everyday, unless I just really am going to do a really special, intricate eye look, I will just use the concealer on my eyelids. Okay, but I do need to set this. This is my favorite powder. Boy, it makes a mess. But it will get cakey. So I would suggest using your damp sponge like that.
Now, isn't that just a way for it to get cakey? Putting a lump of it on a sponge and then pushing it into your face. Surely a light dusting with a powder brush is a better way to go if it's cakey.
And then really taking off the excess. And then pressing it like this. I actually do one side at a time, and I really do get my nose. That really helps with keeping the makeup from wearing off in the summer with your sunglasses, even in the winter, but even more in the summer.
Why do you say sunglasses? Why don't you just say glasses? Hello? Don't you think we have the same problems you have? That's the thing with narcs. Everything's from their point of view. Never from yours. They never think of anybody else but themselves.
Okay, so you can see.
Lisa, if you're watching, teach me how you move your mouth across the other side of your face.
See how that took all of the shine and what am I trying to say? You're kind of trying to avoid shadows. So when you do this, it gets rid of all those creases and crevices and avoids those shadows.
Is it rumples and bumples? Do you have rumples and bumples on your face or just your body?
But yet I'm not going to use it on the rest of my face. What I usually do is just take a big fluffy brush and get what's left. If I've made a mess, or get what's left, and then I'll kind of go over the rest of it.
Makes sense.
Okay, then the next thing I would do is use one of my all-time favorite bronzers ever. This is the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer.
Did you hear that? All time. All time. All time. I think I might be getting through to her, folks.
Bronzer, and the shade is Deep. That is my favorite.
You're not deep. Oh, what is it with her and Lardy? They think they're black.
It's very soft, so put your brush in there and make sure you work it in.
And I just can't. Who does that? Has to be the thumbnail. I'm sorry, Lisa, but nobody else on the planet does that. Only you. Why is it not working? Oh, she scares me. This is annoying. Every so often it does this. And it just freezes and nothing works. And no matter what you're clicking on. What is occurring, people? Thank you.
Bronze according to the look that you would like and your face shape. Because I like more of a sculpted look and my face is more angular and not, I have more boniness. So I just go with it. If I try to work against that, it just doesn't work out. I do go around my hairline, usually with what's left, like that. And a big place, a big help is the jawline. I go right along the jawline like this, and then I blend down.
You need to blend the jaw as well, otherwise people see the line.
And then usually what's left on my brush, I just do the end of my nose. Another one of my all-time favorite products is this NYX 3 Steps to Sculpt.
That looks huge.
If you would rather sculpt and contour with a contour powder, this is a good one. I'm just going to do a little bit just to demonstrate. And the reason I do that is because I'm straightening out that skin so I don't have a bunch of patches and wrinkles.
But you won't have a bunch of patches and wrinkles. Look, my skin. My skin. It's the same. I know what you're doing all the contortions for.
A little bit. Maybe a little bit. Just wipe off the excess on a paper towel. And then I like these two for highlight. This one is even good if you want to kind of clean up where you just sculpted. Like that. And then this one, I like to use this and a little bit of this one for...
Moving your mouth like that does nothing.
the tops of my cheekbones.
You think you're straightening out the tops of your cheekbones doing that?
Then, oh, this is such a good one. This will always be one of my favorites, and it is the Milani Luminoso. It is so beautiful. I like to just really go in there. And notice I've used the same brush for everything. That's just, I like it. I don't know. I feel like I even do my makeup better if I just use the one brush. Okay, see how beautiful that is? See that little bit of sheen? You really didn't even need any highlight. I just wanted to show you my favorites and things that I think are honestly better than most high-end.
See, you weren't moving your mouth then and everything was fine. Thing is now, she couldn't stop it if she wanted to, could she? Because it's a habit. If you've done it for that long, there's no way she'll stop.
There we go. Use your favorite setting spray and kind of let that blend all together. Sometimes I even get in front of my hair dryer or my little space heater to kind of bake that in, but that takes all of those powders that you just used and kind of puts them all in there together. Another thing I wanted to tell you about is the Lumify drops. I don't know if you guys have ever used these, but
I heard, Lisa, that you're not supposed to use them all the time.
boy, they make a difference. So if you're ever wondering how my eyes are white and clear, it's these little suckers. My favorite ever. I don't think I've ever found a brow product, drugstore or Walmart, that I like as much as this one, and I do like this more than high end. I love this shade of taupe. It's the NYX Fluffin' or Fill-In Fluff in taupe, and I love that end. So similar to the Dior. And then,
oh, she's not calling it a kabuki anymore.
This is the type of tip that I like on my brow. And this is just a little bit darker than the typical taupe. Not a big eyebrow girl. Like, I don't have really prominent eyebrows. I don't do a lot with them, but I do realize the importance of doing something. So this is my favorite. And I just usually go right in across the top and then down like that. I don't do a lot in the front. I don't do a lot of filling in. I mainly just do that. And then I take this end and it really kind of spreads it out and softens it. Okay, and see how this brow, this whole eye is a different shape than this one, which is fine. I'm not upset about it. But sometimes I do like to take this brow and bring it up a little bit, and just I do have eyebrow hairs here, but and just carry that up. And then
I don't think your eyes are a different shape. You've just got a brow higher than the other.
And I will lightly blend it out, so I will not blend it away. And then that kind of helps with evening those out. Okay,
At least she stopped saying she's got hooded eyes.
let's do some lips. No surprise, one of my favorite, all-time favorite, better than high-end, better than most high-end lip liners is the L'Oreal matte line. Now they have all different colors and I'm sure all of them are good. My two favorites are Mastermind and Matte's It. So this is Mastermind, and I found a really good, where's my mirror? Really good peachy color that we're gonna use today. So I'm thinking I want to go in with this first, and then if I need to darken it, I will. Notice that there's...
I'd love somebody to do her makeup for her, a really good makeup artist, and do her lips without the 90s brown, and just make her wear it for a day. But the thing is, she'd go straight back to the brown. I don't get the brown lip liner. It looks gross.
Still a little bit of foundation on my lips. I used to kind of fight that and take it off, but then I realized I kind of like it. It adds to the lip liner staying longer. I end up going with it. And I always go from the outside in with my lip liner.
Why? That's what we want to know. We know
right
you do
on
it.
that lip line.
Why do you go from the outside in?
Kind of like I do with my jawline. I do right on it so that there's a little bit over and a little bit on, right on the middle. And I can go ahead and tell you that this is probably going to be too light for me, but I'm going to do it with this lipstick anyway, and then we can always go back in. But I know a lot of you don't like a lip liner look, so I want to show you two different ways. This is so pretty, you guys. Look at this. Look at that fire and that shine in this. This is the L'Oreal
Frost
Peach Fuzz, number 417. It's not a new lipstick, but they had it in a display saying that it was, I don't know if they said it was new or what, but it was in like a separate display. And I was thinking, this looks so much like the YSL Melon that I love so much.
Does anyone know? I've been trying to think over the past week and it's driving me insane. There was a relaunch of lipsticks that were copies of ones from the 50s or 60s. I think Snowdrop or something was one. Can't remember who it was. Was it Maybelline, L'Oreal? I have no clue. But it's been stuck in my head and it's driving me mad. And I remember everyone going out and buying them again. But I was trying to think what they were. And it's nothing to do with anything. The world will carry on spinning. But it's in the back of my head and every so often it'll pop up. What were them lipsticks? I don't know. I can't remember. No memory.
And when I swatched them, they're not the same color, but they're very similar and it's the same sheen and like fire to. Oh my gosh, that is glorious.
It's not fire, it's frost.
And go right over. See how I'm going right over that lip liner?
Why do you go from the outside in? I don't know anyone that goes from the outside in. You just said that's how I do it. Yeah,
it's
but
gorgeous.
Why?
Let's just do a little bit of the, let's go in with Totally Toffee, because that's another one that I think.
Can't you just leave it alone for 2 minutes while you do your eyes?
Is a must-have. And this one, Matte's It can get kind of cool toned, so this might be even better.
But you are cool toned.
You guys. Perfection.
Yuck.
Sheer perfection. And of course, my all-time, way better, like way better than most high-end glosses is the Lifter Gloss from, I believe it's Maybelline, yes. This one in Moon is just always gonna be my favorite. Look at that, it is just gorgeous. It smells good, it feels good, it lasts well. I love the container, I love the doe foot. It is just perfect.
That doe foot looks huge. Like that P. Louise thing.
Okay, I'm gonna use just what's on my hand. there just to give it a little bit more. Okay, eyeshadows. I don't think I've ever found any drugstore eyeshadows that perform as well as these do. Like these are like Tom Ford in those gelée quads. These are just amazing. So we're going to use these today, even though I have used them.
What are these?
So many times before. But another thing I like to do is just to take this sculpt powder. I've never been one to really love bronzer in my crease unless it's a really cool tone, because I just don't like a warm eye. I like a cooler eye, but this is warm enough. So just dab your brush.
But this is warm enough. I don't like a warm bronzer in my crease. What are you saying?
In here. And then I just sculpt out my crease lightly.
Can anybody see anything? Really? What is there? There's nothing. Here we go. Where are we? Do I have a sticky thing? Here's the end of my spoon. I will dig it about with my eyeshadow. And there we go. I'll put some in the crease. Can you see? No! We can't! There's nothing on the brush.
Like that. The reason I'm holding it is the same reason I do like that. I'm making sure that my skin
I do like that.
Doesn't wrinkle or, you know, like an accordion. And that way you'll get those skip marks and it's patchy and uneven and you may not know why. That's it. Make sure that your skin is, you know, taut. And then I like to come in here. Notice I'm going above my crease, and that is because I have deep set eyes. And then I do like to go a little bit underneath.
With what?
On my lower lash line.
Right, can we see any difference between this eye and that eye? Hands up, who can see eyeshadow?
And honestly, guys, if I ever just decide one day I'm not going to wear eye makeup, this is what I do to here. I still do all of my makeup. I still do my brows, and I just put this in the crease and I go. I don't wear any eyeliner, lashes, mascara, or anything because I like this look. I really do. But on camera, it doesn't translate as well. And I love makeup. I never mind putting on my makeup. I make it fun. So we're going to do the same thing. I'm going to start here.
Right, I can actually see a bit
I'm
there.
going to kind of go down the lid a little bit. I'm going to use what's left underneath. And then I'm going to, I think I got more on my brush. I'm going to wipe off my brush and then I'm going to blend that top.
Blend it away so it looks as...
That's all you need. That is all you need. But I'm going to take one of these. So that's a dub, and this one is Slight Flex.
By who? Revlon,
and then I might even go with this one a little bit. And I'm just going to go right across my eyeball. My eyelid. I have big lids.
And I cannot lie.
And this lid is bigger than this lid. So sometimes I even have to go back into the darker color and bring it down a little.
But you haven't finished putting that on over here. You just...
A little bit. If it bothers me. But 9 times out of 10 it doesn't bother me. Okay? So
why would it bother you when you wear sunglasses anyway? You never see your eyes.
Wipe that off. And then let's go into this lightest color. I would say That's a Dub is my favorite one of these. And I'm going to go in. And then maybe do a little bit up here.
You haven't finished that eye. You didn't pull it all the way across.
And that
can you see
is
what I can
my favorite
see?
eye.
She's just got a bit there. Lisa, use a magnifying mirror or glasses when you're putting your makeup on, and you might see what we see.
Look, just a good crease color, a good little swipe of shimmer across the lids, and that's it. Now let's do eyeliner. My favorite gel eyeliner is from L'Oreal. I've got the Espresso here, and then I've got Blackest Black. Espresso is harder to find, so I'm going to use Blackest Black just to be able to show you how it performs. And I just use kind of a mid-size brush. It even comes with a brush that is not bad. So now I'm going to take my brush, dip it in this gel, and then as you can see, I usually pat it off on this lid. I like to start right here and then come all the way down. Yeah, the first thing I concentrate on is just getting the liner towards the lash line. I'm not worried about a wing right now. And now is when I would look straight ahead, and I usually try to meet the end up with the middle of my eye. That way it lifts your eye. It makes mine so much bigger. It just makes a really big difference.
I think it's time to shave my head, people.
And then you just pull this across and connect it. And it will be sloppy looking like that at first, but you just either fill it in or buff it out, whatever you prefer. I kind of like it when it looks hazy like that, so I don't want to make it too perfect. And I think the distance that you extend it out depends a lot on that brow bone. And I have to really make sure I get down by the lash line. My eye is just kind of weird shaped right there. And now is when you can play with your wing, but I will warn you, they get bigger, longer, and crazier sometimes the more you mess with it.
So
don't get too hung up on it, because especially if you're like me and you're going to put lashes on, nobody is comparing your wings in public, I promise you. Hey, another new product that I just discovered is this Sky High Lash Sensation or Lash Sensational Base Tint. It is a lash primer that is actually tinted.
Why are you doing that?
I hope you can see. That's the negative about the thicker black liner is you don't see your lashes as much. But I love it. And I don't feel like I need to introduce you to this. If you've watched any of my videos, the best, the best.
But not everyone watching you will have watched all of your videos. That's what you have to remember. If you're supposed to be an influencer, there could be anybody watching for the first time and they don't know what that is.
Mascara ever. I use it over every high-end mascara I have every day. Every day. So I'm not having to really work it down into my lashes as much because the primer did that. Okay. Can you see? Can you see the lashes and the...
No.
Love it. This has ended up being a little bit more of a dramatic look than I had planned.
And now you've put mascara on your eye.
But that's okay. Okay, if we were to use the brown liner, or I hadn't messed up this wing, it would be a little bit less, but that's okay. And then my new favorite lashes, Kiss Bare Affair. These and Jubilee. Kiss Jubilee. Better than high end. I mean, I can buy any lash I want. These are the ones I buy over and over. I already know I'm going to cut 3 big clumps off of the end. So 1, 2, 3.
How many times have you done it, and do you count every time?
I snip that off, and then I don't know if you can see on here that there is a teeny tiny little bit of the clear on the inside. I snip that off too. Yeah, so here is what it looked like in the beginning and the size that it is now. And then till the end of time, the Duo Dark Original Latex is my favorite. So just apply the glue with a Q-tip preferably, but I don't have one up here, so I'm just going to use the end. This will peel right off of this because it's that.
You've got all your makeup in that closet in there. Are you telling me you haven't got Q-tips in there?
Latex. Then now while my lashes are drying, sometimes I will take, let's go with one of these. Let's go with, that's a dub, and let's go with that darkest brown. I know it's scary. And
No,
let's get a little bit on our brush and go right off of that wing and add a little bit of extra
Where?
on the end. Like that.
Is she taking the piss? Is that an eyeshadow repellent eyeshadow brush or something? I can't see anything. Is it me?
That just adds that little bit of lengthening. If you want to, you can pull it in now that you've gotten the excess off. But you want me to do it? I'll do it. I'll do it for you. Okay. Like that.
You're not even touching your eye.
There we go. Even, I see it's kind of pulling down a little bit. You can even put it up higher like that. And then see what that does. See how it just adds so much out there. And that's what gives you that lift. Boy, this has ended up being a dramatic look, a glam look, summer glam. Okay, you guys. So this is this is my everyday look, and it is. I just probably wouldn't have gone as heavy with black liner on my day-to-day. Like today we're just going to the pool. Yes, I do wear my makeup to the pool because, like I said before, it's not about where I'm going, it's about how I want to feel. This lip is amazing. You need it. You need it. You need all of this. There's not one thing here that I don't think you would like. I feel like 98% sure that you would. So I hope you enjoyed this. I hope that you will try some of these, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.
Well, that taught me nothing. If you got to the end with me, thank you very much, and I will see you in the next one.